Okay, so back to the other workshop today, which is going to be our little Grasshopper mini tutorial. I'm going to try and keep this under 10 minutes because those can get kind of long. No music, just want to get it in here and see what we can get done. This is for my students who have been working with me for a while, or if you just wonder how the hell does she do that. It's pretty simple. If you just did the in class with me, we did a lot of hip opening. We stretched the hips from side to side. Some of the things that we did on the wall translate into that. If you didn't take that class, no worries. What we're going to simply do is kind of go over some basic stuff. If your hips don't sit like this, don't worry. You can use props. Your knees can be up here. Matter of fact, if your knees are kind of up here, they naturally lock into Grasshopper a lot better. But what we need to do is move this posture to the side view. And we're just gonna turn our fingertips forward, stretch out the hands. This can be challenging on the carpet because the carpet's not quite even, and we sink into it a bit more. We wanna move the chest, a little cat and cow. We need to have some mobility in the shoulders. We just wanna take our time with maybe crossing the leg, maybe in a runner's stretch. This is something you've done before. If you were in the yin class with me, we called this eye on the wall. It's also a variation of pigeon. We can certainly take it from the forward fold position. The ankle is going to be over, away from the thigh. It digs in, it leaves a nasty bruise. We don't want that. But this is not going to get us where we need to go. This is going to give us the basic setup. Sliding the knee in, moving the hips from side to side, we can begin to wiggle it out and feel some stretch in this opposite thigh. Coming back to the anterior, the front and frontal view, we can twist from side to side. We need to have some twists from side to side. See where that range of motion is. What that looks like from this view is twisting from side to side, side to side. Simple enough, right? Let's maybe bring that leg underneath. We can circle the hip here, the thigh here. This one's the tricky one where we just don't know where it's going to go. We're gonna allow it to go forward right now. So come back to that side view where the ankle is crossing over. We're just going to allow ourselves to twist a little bit and come on down till the foot comes to the floor, and we're going to roll on the thigh. I'm going to turn this sideways. Boom. Hi. Can you see my legs? That's probably not. There we go. So this is pretty much the setup for Grasshopper. Let me slide back a little further, otherwise you're just looking down my shirt. Yeah, I can see what you're doing. Walk the foot in. I'm gonna move my arm so you can't see anymore. I'm gonna fold in that bottom leg. So we're just like we were in our pigeon. We're coming to that side view and we're just twisting. We're coming out and we're twisting, right? Simple. Now where it gets weird is getting this arm underneath this foot. How do we do that? Well, you come down a little lower and you just let that foot rest here. That's a big hip opener. Wiggle the hip, wiggle the knee. That mental challenge of how do I get my foot on top of my arm is where the mind games start. Don't worry too much about it. Just play around with this. Come down and come out. We're coming down, maybe extending the leg, and coming back, and we're just rocking over that hip. You're gonna feel it in this hip, the top leg. We're just gonna try and get that arm down a little lower until we can sweep it on top of the foot, perhaps. And maybe just fold that bottom leg out of the way. And turn your gaze, look from side to side. Notice I've got one arm bent and one arm extended. And that's kind of how it works with this funky little grasshopper. It's a funky arm. Come back up a little bit, come out of it. Play with that twist, and play with that twist, in and out, okay? Simple enough. Now what I'm gonna do is grab the big toe and pull it back. Just pull it back like I'm starting a lawnmower. pulling it back. Pull it back. Ladies, if you don't mow your own lawn, come on. You understand the idea of a row, pulling back, maybe picking up your purse. Your purse is so much heavier than your foot in this angle. Just lift up the toes and see if you can get your foot to cross over. Oh, it touched the arm. Interesting. We can take it over to the side. There's an interesting sensation. Maybe the leg goes out to the side. We can always slide back out. Roll back in, try and get that forearm, and walk the leg over. Oh, that's an interesting sensation. Take it back. Maybe play with that hip again. Maybe hug it in a little closer and play with swinging the arm over. Take it out. There's that twist again and out. There's that twist again, but let's roll forward. And now you're gonna feel the sensation of your foot on the back of your arm. Interesting. Going into that funky arm on this side. Whoop, it slid right off. It's perfectly okay. You're practicing. You're not supposed to get this right away. It takes time. It took me years to figure it out. One day I finally just put it on video and surprised myself. Surprise yourself. Maybe moving obstacles out of the way that might be a distraction. Cross the outside leg in, make that figure 4. Play with that twist, and see if we can get the foot on the back side of the arm just for a second, and spin. Interesting. Did it happen? I don't know. Took me a few tries. Give it a try. Try it again. Keep playing around with it if you haven't gotten it yet. Twisting, squeeze the belly in, twist and turn, and see that bottom knee will swing out. Now you start to feel like Spider-Man or a ninja. Maybe that leg wants to extend out. Just for a moment. And then play with it, going back down again. Now in Grasshopper, both legs are suspended in the air, but they're not just hanging out there purely on ab control, because come on, I got a belly. And I don't have that super strong arm, well-defined muscle. It's not so much about muscle strength. It's about finding the divine geometry in your body where those flat parts of the condyle of the bone just above the elbow creates a little ledge for your foot and for your opposite knee. Believe it or not, both will fit there. Play around with that twist. Maybe that little dip. Maybe we're coming to here. Maybe we're coming out. Maybe we're coming into that twist. Maybe we're here. Maybe we're coming back out again. Maybe we're going for the big one. We hug it in close. We wrap it around. We take it up. We slide it out. And instead of extending that leg, we can slide that knee in and place it on the back of the elbow for just a breath. And lose your balance. Because you can do that. No one says you have to hold it. I mean, hell, if you just take a picture, it'll only a hair's breadth to catch it. It looks like you've been suspended in the air for hours. Move from side to side. Play around with this. This is not my favorite side. And I'm showing you my not so favorite side so that you know that it doesn't have to be perfect. Both sides aren't always perfect. Just nestle that knee in. Hug it in a little closer. Hold it out. Wave at the camera. Hi. Let it go. Just like that. That's all it takes. A little practice, a little playfulness, and you too can have Grasshopper. And we did that in under 10 minutes. See you again.